Tamara Farah, a senior advisor for Parents Know Best at the libertarian think tank FreedomWorks, you are speaking out, saying there is a Marxist connection to what you have observed as a sexualization of children by some public schools. What seems to be happening?
I just want to be frank. Political leaders with bureaucrats in tow have been abandoning the spirit and function of our constitutional republic. That's happening in general. I think a lot of our viewers would agree. And they're doing that by employing a socialistic Marxist agenda. It is taking hold in America. I'm not saying it's going to win. I'm still holding out hope. But we see it across the board. I mean, I was thinking the other day, remembering when Obama said we need to fundamentally transform America. And this is what globalists appear to want to do. And they are impacting many nations, including ours. So,
well, let's unpack that a little bit. You're saying that there is a sexualization of children occurring in some public schools, right? That's what you've observed. And I suppose other parents have also observed that. But now you're taking a step further, and you're saying you're trying to help people make sense of this. And from your perspective, why is that happening? You've come upon a piece of information which gives you a clue as to perhaps why this is occurring. What is that?
Exactly. Just two statements on where this is rooted. So the man who brought Marxism to the West, Hungarian Education Commissioner Lukács, used this technique. This is why we can look to it as a potential explanation for what's happening in American schools. He used it in 1919 in Hungary, and he did that to separate children. Okay, so if we separate children from their birth sex, they are separated from their family and their faith. They're capturing. This gives the state control, quote unquote, the state, and in that case, and more in America, so it gives them control over the hearts and minds of children. Then they can engage children as activists for the Marxist cause.
You're saying this is something that was actually pioneered by this Marxist philosopher back in the early part of the 20th century. Is that what you're saying? That a technique? It's a technique apparently that has been used before.
He used this. Yes, we know he used this. He was the education commissioner, as I mentioned, in 1919, and that he used this technique to separate children from their faith and their family. And so, when Biden took office and his administration, this is where we saw a great ramp up. He signed day one, President Biden, an executive order to protect trans. He created a trans toolkit. Like, what president does that? How is that a top-of-the-mind number-one agenda for schools?
But then also in a number of these schools, I think that perhaps you have observed, others have observed, that there is an effort also to, I think, keep some degree of information from the parents. Is that part of what you're observing in terms of keeping information from parents about, the curriculum in terms of transgender, studies, that sort of thing?
Absolutely. I think that also points to the potential for this Marxist agenda to be at play here, because what do they want to do? They want to capture. So I said they want to separate the kids from their parents and their parents' faith, and they want to capture those children's hearts and minds. We have to step up. We have to encourage parents to stop thinking that they need to adapt to this LGBTQ and trans agenda to be, quote, accepting and loving. Again, of course, we accept and love children, but we cannot accept this crammed down agenda in the classroom.
Tamara Farah, a senior advisor for Parents Know Best at the libertarian think tank FreedomWorks. Thank you for speaking with us on One America News. It's good to catch up with you.
You too. Thank you.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.